Welcome to Vroom Vibes. When the engine roars, luxury never stops. The 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am emerges as a veritable phoenix, embodying resurgence and reinvention after nearly 2 decades of dormancy. Pontiac's most revered nameplate isn't merely a nostalgic re-release, it's a bold reinterpretation, a muscle car meticulously crafted for the contemporary era. Unapologetically audacious, vociferously potent, and strikingly assertive, this is the automotive comeback that few anticipated, yet countless enthusiasts ardently yearned for. From the very instant it commands attention, the new Firebird emphatically asserts its formidable presence. Its aggressively low-slung front fascia is unequivocally menacing, accentuated by distinctive quad lighting units seamlessly integrated into a blacked-out predatory nose. The iconic Screaming Phoenix decal, though subtly modernized, unequivocally sprawls across the hood, an unmistakable declaration of its heritage. The car's silhouette is a symphony of sharp, meticulously sculpted lines, culminating in a wide and muscular stance. Flared fenders provide a visual anchor, while the signature T-top rooflines evoke classic nostalgia, and an optional rear spoiler pays direct homage to the legendary WS6 iterations of yesteryear. It's an exquisitely balanced fusion of revered heritage and a cutting-edge, track-ready aesthetic. Underpinning the reborn Trans Am is the robust GM Alpha Plus platform, a sophisticated architecture shared with the formidable Camaro ZL1 and the high-performance Cadillac Blackwing models, signifying that this Firebird harbors no reservations about its capabilities. Nestled beneath the aggressive hood lies a meticulously reworked 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine, unleashing a staggering 670 horsepower and an equally impressive 650 pound-feet of torque. Buyers are afforded the purist's choice of a precise Tremec 6-speed manual transmission or the blistering rapidity of a 10-speed automatic. The performance metrics are truly brutal. A blistering 0-60 miles per hour sprint in just 3.4 seconds, and a quarter-mile time squarely in the mid-11s. Yet these numbers, while astonishing, only hint at the visceral, exhilarating experience of driving this machine. The real-world sensation is exponentially more profound. However, the 2026 Trans Am transcends the archetype of a mere straight-line bruiser. Its engineering extends far beyond raw power, with meticulous attention paid to dynamic prowess. Engineers have painstakingly tuned the suspension system to deliver exceptional high-speed grip and razor-sharp steering response. Advanced adaptive magnetic dampers, a sophisticated electronic limited-slip differential, and high-performance Brembo brakes are all included as standard equipment, ensuring comprehensive control. On the asphalt of a demanding track, the Trans Am exhibits a remarkable sense of being planted and impeccably balanced, demonstrating an astonishing capacity to corner with surprising poise and precision for a vehicle of its muscle-bound proportions. Far surpassing the cold metrics of performance and the static beauty of its design, what genuinely elevates the 2026 Firebird Trans Am into an entirely unique echelon is a captivating intangible, the profound, almost sentient soul infused within its every dramatic curve, resonating with every thunderous mechanical growl, and imprinted upon every exhilarating mile it consumes with voracious appetite. This magnificent machine cannot be confined to the mere statistics of a spec sheet or reduced to the fleeting numbers of quarter-mile sprints. Its true essence lies in the deeply emotional and intensely personal feeling that washes over one upon gripping the substantial, perfectly sculpted steering wheel. It resides in the breathtaking symphony of the exhaust's defiant crackle, echoing with raw power against the rugged tapestry of canyon walls, or in the captivating ballet of the rev needle as it arcs gracefully across the dial, while gears engage with satisfying mechanical finality. This is more than driving. It is a profound, unfiltered, and deeply visceral dialogue between human intent and mechanical might, where every nuanced input from the driver elicits an instantaneous, raw, and completely authentic response. This deeply ingrained connection serves as a potent conduit, simultaneously stirring nostalgic memories and reigniting dormant passions for veterans of the muscle car's hallowed golden age, while conversely, etching unforgettable initial impressions that spark an enduring, fervent enthusiasm within a burgeoning new generation of automotive devotees. Moreover, in a contemporary automotive market progressively characterized by sterile, emotionally sanitized, and often excessively digitized experiences, the Trans Am's bold, uncompromising refusal to conform stands as an act of sheer, revolutionary defiance. At its core, an unyielding, analog heart beats with unbridled pride and unapologetic rebellion beneath a sophisticated veneer of digital advancements. This intrinsic dichotomy serves as a timely and potent reminder that raw emotion and an unmediated, fundamental connection to the act of driving can, and indeed must, not only exist but thrive harmoniously alongside the most cutting-edge modern innovations. It defines itself as a driver's car in its most absolute, unadulterated form, offering an unfiltered and exhilarating journey for those who cherish the tactile and auditory feedback of pure motoring. Yet, its significance extends far beyond its functional purpose. It transcends to become a vital cultural artifact, uniquely positioned to rekindle and champion the rebellious, independent spirit of American performance. Precisely at a juncture when such a distinct and powerful attitude is most urgently required to remind the world of the profound, unadulterated joy that can still be found behind the wheel. It's a statement that legends truly are immortal. And as the Firebird's specialized tires tenaciously carve their signature into the winding pavement, and its visceral, thunderous exhaust note reverberates with an almost sentient growl, echoing across every valley and urban canyon, a profound revelation settles upon the driver. This extraordinary machine is far more than a mere collection of metal and engineering. It is, in every fiber of its being, a living, breathing extension of its driver's untamed will, a responsive, sentient partner in the pursuit of automotive exhilaration. Each and every journey, whether it unfolds as a high-octane, spirited assault on a challenging mountain pass, or as a serene, reflective night drive under the glittering tapestry of city lights, transmutes into a deeply personal act of epic storytelling. A vibrant, unforgettable chapter meticulously inscribed into the Firebird's ever-expanding and legendary narrative. The meticulously crafted cabin, sumptuously enveloped in rich, highly tactile suede and luxurious leather, transcends its utilitarian purpose. It becomes an intimate cockpit of pure, unadulterated emotion, a sacred space where the slightest brush of fingertips on the cold, precise aluminum paddle shifters or the satisfyingly mechanical engagement of a manual shifter's gate communicates with an intimacy and directness as profound as a whispered confession. The feedback transmitted through the steering wheel is anything but merely mechanical vibration. It is a complex, evocative musical score, articulating with exquisite nuance precisely what the intricate topography of the road surface has to reveal directly to the driver's attuned hands and soul. This unparalleled level of sensory immersion is a coveted treasure, a quality that regrettably few contemporary machines possess the courage or inclination to offer in today's increasingly detached automotive landscape. In an era where the insidious march of automation threatens to render driving experiences filtered, insulated, and almost clinically sterile, the Firebird emerges as a courageously analog defiant, asserting its authentic character precisely in those domains that matter most for forging a genuine human connection. It extends an urgent, almost primal invitation to the driver, compelling them not to remain a passive spectator, but to fully, passionately participate, to engage every fiber of their being with the profound act of driving, embracing it as both a rigorous physical discipline that sharpens the senses and a deeply cathartic emotional release that liberates the spirit. Every drive transcends mere transportation. It morphs into a captivating performance, a cherished ritual, an almost spiritual communion between a rich heritage and raw, unadulterated horsepower that effortlessly defies the transient whims of passing trends and stands resolutely against the inexorable march of time. Furthermore, the profound symbolism inherent in the Firebird's phoenix-like rebirth runs far deeper than its stunning aesthetics or formidable engineering prowess. The Firebird isn't merely a respectful nod, a fleeting glance towards the revered muscle cars of a bygone era. It is a powerful torchbearer, a living, pulsating conduit, actively carrying forward the vibrant, decades-long legacy of American performance culture. From the illicit thrills of clandestine backroad drag races to the adrenaline-fueled exhilaration of high-speed midnight freeway runs, it embodies it all. It pays profound homage with an almost spiritual reverence to the iconic machines and the audacious, rebellious spirit that paved its way, while simultaneously and with unshakable confidence reasserting its rightful and formidable place at the absolute vanguard of what's next in the dynamic evolution of performance automobiles. In its very existence, it articulates a powerful, resounding declaration to the entire global automotive industry that true, meaningful modernity need not ever necessitate the sacrifice of a vehicle's unique, defining identity, that genuine progress can, and unequivocally does, flourish without the painful act of forgetting one's cherished roots and foundational, rebellious spirit. For those exceptionally fortunate individuals who are privileged enough to experience the almost sacred act of sliding behind its muscular wheel, the Firebird extends an offering far beyond its unmatched reservoir of raw power and thrilling performance. It provides something profoundly and increasingly rare in the rapidly commodified modern world, a profound, almost spiritual sense of belonging. A belonging to a magnificent and storied lineage of machines that stood for something far greater and more impactful than mere utilitarian transportation. A belonging to a vibrant, passionate movement where the thunderous sound, the exhilarating sensation, and the very soul of the machine are as fundamentally integral and indispensable to the driving experience as its sheer, unbridled speed. This is unequivocally not a car built to passively follow the predetermined, perhaps predictable, path of the future. It is, by its very existence and audacious spirit, a vehicle that fearlessly dares to actively shape it, carving an indelible, fiery mark upon the road ahead and inspiring all who witness its magnificent resurgence. It is in this alchemy of sound, sensation, and spirit that the Firebird finds its immortality. No longer bound by the conventions of time or trend, it becomes a symbol, an emblem of defiance, of craftsmanship, of an unshakable belief that machines can still possess soul. Each throttle press is an invocation, each corner exit a declaration, and each mile traveled a sacred bond between driver and machine. This is not just a revival, it is a renaissance of purpose. The Firebird does not aim to appease the masses or chase fleeting accolades. Instead, it exists for the few who still understand that driving can be an art form, a symphony of mechanical precision and raw emotion. For those who crave connection over convenience, mastery over automation, and legacy over novelty, the Firebird stands waiting, its V8 heartbeat pulsing with anticipation. And as the horizon beckons and the road stretches ever onward, one thing remains eternally certain. The Firebird is not just driven, it is lived. Its presence is not requested, it is felt, long before it ever comes into view. There's an electricity in the air, a quiet tension that builds as the rumble of its exhaust reverberates through the environment, alerting every sense that something elemental approaches. It announces itself not with arrogance, but with assurance, with the gravitas of a legend reborn, and the confidence of a warrior returning to a battlefield it knows intimately. Even parked and still, the Firebird commands space like a sculpture wrought not merely in metal, but in myth and memory. It draws people near, not to gawk, but to bear witness, to stand in the presence of something rare and undeniably real. And what it represents, what it is, goes far beyond the tangible. It is the product of artisanship in an age of algorithms. It is forged from passion at a time when practicality reigns. The very act of building such a machine in this era is an act of rebellion, a refusal to accept that emotion must be sacrificed at the altar of efficiency. The Firebird is inefficiency elevated to art, horsepower as poetry, heritage as gospel. Its every panel whispers stories of the past while pointing defiantly toward the uncharted promise of what's possible. Step inside, and it's not just the materials that speak, it's the silence between shifts, the deliberate mechanical feel of the gear changes, the way the tachometer flicks with eager precision as if anticipating your next move. This is not a car that numbs, it sharpens. It hones the driver, transforming them from operator to orchestrator, from commuter to conductor, of an experience that unfolds not in apps or autopilot modes, but in heartbeats, downshifts, and goosebumps. It asks for focus, for presence, for reverence, and in return it offers ecstasy, clarity, and the kind of joy that lingers long after the ignition is turned off. It is in many ways an elegy for what driving once was, and a battle cry for what it still can be. A rolling monument to mechanical honesty in an increasingly digitized world. In every throttle blip, in every perfectly arced apex, it cries out against the sterile and the soulless. It declares that machines built by hand, tuned by ear, and driven by feel still have a place, not just in garages, but in the cultural consciousness of those who refuse to forget what it means to drive. But the Firebird is not content to merely exist as an artifact of nostalgia. It evolves without erasing. It modernizes without sterilizing. It integrates innovation as a means of empowerment, not insulation. Technology in the Firebird serves the driver. It does not replace them. Every advancement is filtered through the singular lens of enhancing engagement, not eliminating it. From its adaptive dynamics to its intuitively responsive powertrain, it becomes a tool of expression, malleable, expressive, and visceral. And perhaps that's what elevates the Firebird beyond even its most capable peers. It is not a static achievement. It is an ongoing dialogue between engineer and enthusiast, between the machine and the road, between the past we revere and the future we dare to forge. Every time it fires to life, it reasserts the profound truth that emotion, artistry, and performance must coexist. It's a vehicle born not merely of specifications, but of conviction, not assembled but composed, not programmed but felt. In the Firebird's resurgence lies a message to all who believe the age of soulful driving is over. Not yet. The fire still burns. Within the cockpit, the Firebird seamlessly intertwines retro design cues with state-of-the-art technological integration. Analog-style gauges are elegantly presented within a modern digital cluster, offering the nostalgic appeal of classic needle sweeps alongside customizable performance overlays that provide critical real-time data. The dashboard and door panels are sumptuously wrapped in a blend of high-quality suede and premium leather, imbuing the interior with a tactile richness. Subtle yet impactful Phoenix logos are meticulously laser-etched into the seatbacks and door sills, reinforcing the car's identity. A prominent new 13-inch center touchscreen serves as the hub for GM's latest infotainment suite, offering seamless wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity. However, the design ethos ensures that when the driver is engaged in the act of piloting this beast, the primary focus unequivocally remains on the road ahead, precisely where it should be for a car of this caliber. And indeed, the auditory experience is as visceral and captivating as the name itself suggests. The exhaust system roars to life with a low, menacing growl at idle, a predatory rumble that promises power. As the throttle opens, this growl escalates into a thunderous, defiant wail, a symphonic crescendo of raw V8 might under full acceleration. The Trans Am articulates a language of pure thunder, unequivocally demanding the world's undivided auditory attention. It delivers the kind of intoxicating sound profile that transforms mundane tunnel runs into mandatory, exhilarating rituals, and renders downshifts an irresistibly addictive pursuit. More than a mere collection of muscle and engineering, the 2026 Firebird Trans Am is profoundly about emotion. It serves as a powerful generational connector, bridging the gap between seasoned gearheads who grew up captivated by bandit dreams and a new wave of automotive enthusiasts drawn to a vehicle boasting undeniable presence and rebellious edge. It is, by design, a car that resolutely refuses to blend into the automotive landscape, and it offers no apologies for its audacious individuality. Adding to its allure, there's tantalizing speculation surrounding a highly anticipated, limited Super Duty edition. Rumors suggest this ultimate variant could push power figures beyond 800 horsepower, directly targeting the likes of the Dodge Challenger Demon and Ford Mustang GTD. Should this come to fruition, it would undoubtedly solidify its place as the loudest, wildest, and most unbridled Firebird ever conceived. With an accessible starting price point around $65,000 and fully loaded WS6 and track-oriented trims, potentially pushing north of $90,000. What one acquires isn't solely exceptional performance. It's an investment in automotive mythology. It's the embodiment of swagger. It's It's a cherished legacy that has been unequivocally reborn, surging forward with a full throttle and an unyielding, passionate heart. In an evolving automotive landscape increasingly dominated by electrification and silent, sanitized speed, the 2026 Firebird Trans Am roars defiantly into the spotlight, acting as if it never truly departed. It is here to serve as a visceral reminder that automobiles can still possess an untamed attitude. That unadulterated muscle can still stir the very depths of one's soul, and that true legends, authentic, enduring legends, are by their very nature immortal.